orientation. And that means creating some white space at either side of the content. And once that's in place, then we will make the content more appealing on mobile and tablet devices. So let's create some white space on the side first. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a structure, a div, around all our content within the body. That means we're going to create a parent div class. So we're going to wrap all our content inside a div. You can see our headers, our sections, and our footers are all contained within that. And the point of that is that we'll target that div with a particular style. And we'll use an ID here. And it's a convention, although you don't have to do that. The convention is to call it container. So let's create a style that targets that container now. And remember, when you're using an ID, you must refer to that keyword that you use in HTML. You must refer to it in HTML with the exact same spelling, and you must put a hashtag in front of it. A hashtag for IDs and a dot or period for classes. So we're setting the width here to be 60%. So it'll be 60% of whatever screen it's shown on. So that means you have roughly 20% on either side. So 20, 20 is 40, and 60%. And we're using percentages in order to maintain the responsive behavior. There you go. You can see it, 60% each side. So it's really starting to come together. Notice we also set margin to auto, and that centers our content as well. Now let's view it on a simulated mobile. And you can see there, the 60%, the 20% each side is a bit too generous on a mobile. And you'll also notice here that how to make T is, the text is too big. And let's just move our container style up to the top, because our more generic styles begin at the top. Now, how do we work with different devices? Well, we use what are called media queries. And a media query is a set of styles that lives inside the scope of curly braces that are only applied when certain dimensions, screen dimensions, are met. So the syntax is at media, we're styling for screen, and we're setting a text width of 768 pixels. The max width, sorry. So what that means is on devices below 768 pixels, the styles that we're about to add here will be applied. But beyond that, the default styles will be applied. Really what we're designing here is what would be called desktop first design. It's much more common to take the mobile first design, and you would see that in our more advanced modules. So what we're saying here is that on a device or on a screen size that's less than 768 pixels, we are going to apply the container style again, but this one we're setting the width to 90%. We're also reducing our H1 size, our heading, our title, our recipe title. And we're reducing that to 200%. So even though the styles look the same, the style names are the same, like container and H1, these versions will only be applied when the screen size is a certain size. Let's view this. Now you should see no difference on desktop because that's the default size. But when we reduce it down, you can see now it looks much more appealing. How to make T is smaller, and also the margins at either side of the content are reduced to 5% each side. So it looks more appealing. And we have created a targeted responsive design based on media queries. It's very powerful, and they're very easy to use once you get the hang of it. You can see there the transition points where the media queries kick in. Okay,